Hey troops, Roxy here and welcome to Roxee Plays Games and welcome to Microsoft Flight Simulator 2020. Before I get into today's video, I want to do my usual thank you. So thank you for everyone who has liked my previous videos and thank you for everyone who's subscribed to the channel. As always, it is really appreciated. Right, a few things today that's going to be slightly different. One is my microphone. I'm actually using my boom microphone today, which I've had for a while, but I've not been using. I've been using my headset mic, and I think I've said this before, but basically, my setup is in my front room. Obviously, the family are up and down and in and out, and it's quite convenient for me to just hit the little mute button on the side of my headset to mute my microphone. However, what I've got now, and I'm trialing it out for a little while, is Stream Deck Mobile, which is an app. So it's like the Stream Deck contraption that you can get for doing all of your different transitions and stuff like that for streaming, but it can be used for anything else as well that has some sort of application. There's a app version that you can have on your phone or tablet. And the good thing about that is it's got a mute button on it. So rather than me fumbling around with my mouse trying to find the mute button for my boom mic, which is a tiny little X next to a little speaker on OBS, so I've got to try and fumble around and find that, I can just hit this button on my tablet and mute my microphone instantly. So I'm now going to start using my boom mic. I have played around with the settings, so hopefully it's coming out okay. You guys will be the first ones to hear what it's like. What else have we got going on? There's been an update to Microsoft Flight Simulator yesterday. I have not flown since yesterday, so I don't know whether something's broken, whether there's anything significant that has going to have an impact on the flight. So today I'm going to continue with the tour of European capital cities from Amsterdam, and our next leg is to Cardiff. However, I'm not going to fly today's flight on Vatsim. I am going to go through the setup procedures as I would normally, show you everything that's going on. But for today, I'm not actually going to fly on Vatsim, just in case there is any issues with the plane and the flight. And if there is, then obviously I'm not going to have an impact on Vatsim. So without further ado, let's go over to the screen, and this is what I basically do. So I'll jump in, I'll check the weather for our departure and our arrival. Let me just refresh them. So this is e6bx.com, and you basically put in the ICAO code for the airport, and it gives you the METAR, and if you hover over it, actually tells you what these things mean. So for those of you that are new to reading METAR, this is really handy. So you've got your airport, the date and time, the wind speed and direction, visibility. This will be like if there's any additional information. So this is telling us that there's light showers or rain and rain. We got a few clouds at 1,300 feet. Scattered showers at 1,600 feet. And we got some cumulonimbus at 1,800 feet. Temperature is 13 degrees, dew point 9. QNH is 1009 hectopascals, and there is a temporary change due within the next 2 hours. So obviously you'd want to check this every couple of hours just to see what the changes are. Visibility 7,000 meters, and broken at 1,600. So quite a mixed weather bits and pieces going on there. Cardiff, a little bit simpler. Date and time, it's automatically been generated. Wind direction 280 at 9 knots. Visibility 9,000 meters. No significant, or no clouds, sorry. Temperature 12, dew point 8, QNH 1006. So the things that I am interested in, obviously the wind, the weather and all that sort of stuff is going to be important, but the main thing I'm looking at is the wind direction and speed. and I would then compare that with the airport charts on the runways to see what would be the most suitable runway in use. Now obviously if there's air traffic control online, if we just have a little look at SimAware, at the moment we've got Manchester online. There's a load of planes here at Amsterdam, either coming in or going out. I've never seen any controllers online at Cardiff. In all the time I've been flying on Vatsim, I've never seen a controller on Cardiff Airport. London Control's been online, but I've never seen anyone at Cardiff. So, I would compare the wind. So we've got a 260. Oh, sorry, a 250, 30 knots. So that's going to be a significant one. So runway 27 would be a suitable runway to use, and we've got 280. So runway 30 at Cardiff would be a suitable runway to use. Again, if ATIS was on, if air traffic control was online, they would dictate what runway to use. But because we are, one, we're not going to be flying on Vatsim, but if we was, there's no ATC online anyway, so we would have to find this information out. So that's the first thing that you would want to do. Have a little look at that, look at your charts, and make sure that you are going to have a headwind of some sort, preferably the best headwind, but it doesn't necessarily mean it has to be. From there, we can then do our flight. And the way that I do it now, and I used to do it slightly different, and to be honest, it doesn't really make too much of a difference, but I'm doing it this way. So first thing we'll do is we put in our airline, UKV, that's who I fly with, FlyUK, flight number 9049, our departing airport EHAM, our arrival airport EGFF. It's going to give us automatically going to give us London Heathrow, date that we want to fly on. What time do we want to depart? It's currently 8:30 Zulu, so let's go for a 09 because I'm going to be doing a little bit of talking. So go for a 0900 departure. That gives me 28 minutes. Select your aircraft frame. I have got this one pre-saved from EasyJet Sim Pilot. He has done a profile for the A320, which you can download. I actually have done a video on this one, so I'll try, if I remember, I'll put a link to that video, and then that shows you where you can install this. And then the rest of it is all generated. Obviously, if we wanted to change the runways because it wasn't the one that we wanted, we can click on that, change it. It will ask us if we want to change the SID, but we are going to stick with 27. And that's it. And then once you've got all of that done, you click Generate OFP, click Yes. Let it do its thinking. And that's it. It's generated that. And if you have got SimBrief downloader, which I would definitely recommend you getting, that's this here, you'll get a pop-up. Sometimes it doesn't pop up, but if you go into the bottom right hand corner of your computer where you've got all of your active programs, you'll see SimBrief downloader. You can click on that. Let me just show you what it looks like. SimBrief downloader will pop up, and then all you do is click export selected formats. Obviously I have done a tutorial on this, so definitely go and check that out if you're not sure, and then we can close that down, and then we can continue. So we've checked our weather, we've decided what runways we're going to be using, we have done our flight plan. If you then scroll all the way down to the bottom, you can then pre-file this to Vatsim. Now this doesn't work as intended. I don't know why. I don't know whether it's because I've done something wrong in the settings somewhere. I really don't know, but I've never got this to work. What should happen is you should be able to scroll down to the bottom here, click on File Flight Plan, and that's it, done. But every time I do this, and then I go onto ATC, they've never received it, so I don't know why this doesn't work. It may be something in my settings somewhere. If anyone does do it this way and it works for them, please do let me know in the comments below. But generally what I will do is I will look at this. I will then open up vPilot. Let me just get that opened. So I'll open up vPilot. You need to connect. Obviously put in your call sign, your type code. If you're using the A320 Neo, it is the A20 Neo. If you're just using the generic A320, then just put in A320 there. And make sure this is unchecked if you're flying. If you just want to observe and listen, then you can just click on that one, and then basically your plane won't appear for other people. And then click connect. From here, if ATIS was online, you could either listen or just read the text for the ATIS, but we would then click on flight plan, and all I would do is copy the information across. So we got our departure, arrival, our alternate departure time I would put in there, so that would be 0900. Our en route time, fuel available is here, en route time and fuel available is just there. I can't move that out of the way. Our cruise altitude is here, so that'll be 3,600. Our route, I would just copy that and then paste it in here. And then if you got any remarks, you can put them in here. Now, another little thing, let me just disconnect because there are people here. Oh, close. No, actually, I wanted to show you that. I'll put a link in the description to this down the bottom, so you can check that out. But I've joined this community. They are mainly American, but there are a few people from different other countries, UK, Europe, whatnot, and they are a bunch of pilots, simulated pilots and real life pilots who fly on Vatsim, and it's a great community. I don't know how long they've been running. I actually didn't ask that. I should have probably asked, but you're more than welcome to check them out. I would definitely recommend. We did a flight on Sunday from JFK to Chicago. It's a couple of hour flight, and it was really good fun. One of the guys organised with ATC, so we had full ATC coverage from start to finish. We had, I think it was 15 pilots all flying. We was all at our own little time slot, so it was properly organised. It was really good fun. Obviously, we were chatting in Discord while I was doing the flight. Obviously, you just mute your microphone or headset while you're talking to ATC and stuff like that. But it was really good, really good fun. So for those of you that are potentially interested in flying on Vatsim, or joining a community of like-minded sim pilots, then I would definitely recommend. So like I say, I'll put a link in the description to the Pilot Club's Discord. So let me minimize you because we don't need you anymore. So once we've got our flight plan uploaded, we can then get ourselves into the plane. I do use a checklist here. You're more than welcome to, let me just do it in segments. You're more than welcome to freeze and copy this down if you wish. This isn't like an official flight plan, flight procedure checklist thing. I've just watched a bunch of videos from real life pilots who are doing the flight sim, and taken notes of what they're doing and put them into my own notes. They may be in slightly different orders because obviously I've watched numerous different people and they do it all differently, but the main thing is this works. This is what I use in all of my flights now, so I don't need to set everything up in the flight sim at the beginning of the when you load up the sim. I used to obviously plan everything in there: the fuel, the weight, the route, do that all in there. Now I do it all within the plane, and we'll go through that today. So there's my procedures, but what we're going to do is we're going to jump over to the plane. We're going to get ourselves in. Oh, sorry, actually, one thing that I also do, I nearly forgot, jump over to the screen, is Navigraph charts. I forgot what I was saying then. Now you can use ChartFox, which is a free program. Pretty much does the same thing. It brings you up all the charts. You do need to be registered with Vatsim to be able to access them. You just log in with your Vatsim ID. But what I can do is click on flights, new flight from SimBrief, EHAM Cardiff, and then that'll bring it in so we can see that's our route. We've got our departure and our arrival, Cardiff 1 Charlie. And then what we can do is we can click on here, we can open up our chart list down the left hand side, and then we can pin down the bottom all of our various bits that we need. So we want the airport chart. So this is the airport chart. Here we are here. We're going to be taxiing Alpha 14 Alpha Echo 4 for runway 27. So let's pin that. Now sometimes I have found if you have this open up for a while and then you're flicking in and out of different programs, sometimes when you come in here and you load in a flight, it won't let you pin anything. Just close the application down, restart it, and it'll be fine. So we've got our airport chart. We want our SID, which is the Vala 1, was it 2 Papa? Which one are we going on? 1 Papa, Vala 1 Papa, which is this one here. So that's the one that we're going to be departing on. So let's pin you in, and then I'll do my arrivals when we are arriving. So that's that all done. So we can get back into the plane and get back into the plane would be helpful. There we go. Right, so a couple of little things that I do in here. I am using self-loading cargo. So I'm just going to have that running in the background, so you'll hear some chitter chatter. So let me just get that up and running. I have done a video on this, guy, so if you are interested, go and check that one out. That's all good. 9. Let's start flight. And then we can ready for boarding. Right, have them running in the background.
Hi, cabin crew, we're ready to get going now, so as soon as you're ready, you can open the doors and start letting the passengers on board. Thank you.
Cool.
No problem.
Right, so while that's going on, what I do is I go into company, put in my company name on here. That's your SimBrief username. Then go to dashboard from SimBrief. That will load the flight in here. Then we've got our METAR information for our arrival and departure airports. So that's all good. Right. So overhead, we want to go batteries on, external power on, crew supply on, emergency exit lights on, align our ideas. We'll put the fuel all sorted there. Nav and logo lights on. Seatbelt lights can, seatbelt signs can come on, and no smoking. Excuse me. APU master on, and then we can start the APU. I have sorted out my strobe issue that I was having, and also the actual vehicle, the ground power vehicle. I had 2 buttons that was set to them, and when I was typing in Roxee, I didn't realize this, but when I was typing in Roxee on the tablet, it was actually activating them. Worked it out eventually, but that's all working now. Right, so we've got our AP on, APU on. Let's do our QNH. So QNH is 1009. 1009. Flight directors can come on. Anti-skid is already on. And our initial altitude, which we can check from our charts. Obviously, ATC would be telling you this. Transition altitude is 3,000 feet. I'm going to make a note of that. And initial climb altitude. $5,000 feet. Cool. Right, so we'll leave that as it is. Oh, can we go back over there? Thanks. Okay, that's that all done. So then we can go to our MacDo and get this all programmed in. Now, if you're using this for the very first time and you've not done this, what you will need to do is go into options, AOC, sim brief, and then put in your sim brief username or pilot ID in here. And once you've done it once, it will then save in there. Then what we do is we go ATSU, AOC menu, init press, and then init data request, and that loads in our flight plan. But we're not done yet. We need to go to AOC menu, performance, weight and balance, and we just need to confirm what we've got in here matches our OFP. So block fuel 5040. So we've got a little bit more in there. 5040 is going in there. Trip 2251. 2251. So that all matches. Awesome source, so we can refuel. We can then do our weights. So payload 18257. 18257. Zero fuel weight 59.2. 59.2. Yeah, it's a little bit over, so 59.3. That's fine. Number of passengers 175. We've got 98 remaining to board, so we can load our payload. Once that's all done, we need to go to init request, and that will load all of this information. Now, all of this information is coming from our SimBrief downloader, which is linked with Microsoft Flight Simulator. Again, if you haven't, if you don't know how to do that, watch the video. I've done a tutorial on that, and there's plenty of other videos out there from really good YouTubers. I would definitely recommend learning this, because this is so much better. It's more accurate. When you do your flight within the flight sim menu and then you load in, sometimes it doesn't give you the correct flight plan. It does really random waypoints sometimes. Right, Tropo is 27909. 27909. And then that's all fine. Zero fuel weight. Go in there. And the block fuel, what did you say was? 5. I'll go in there. It'll do its thinking. Ka-ching. Right. We can go flight plan, EHAM, departure. We're taking off runway 27, which is this one here. and it's the Volet 1 Papa, which is that one insert, and then our departure, our arrival, we're coming in on ILS 30 Zulu, and we want the Cardiff 1 Charlie arrival, and then we can insert you. And that, ladies and gentlemen, is the McAdoo. Nearly done. Not quite. Let's go. Performance V1, V rotate, and V2. Transition altitude was 3,000 feet. And flaps, we're going flaps 1. I don't do the flex attempt. The reason being is the online calculator that everyone uses isn't working at the moment. So I don't know any other way of working out what that is. So we're just going to be going for a toga take off. Right, how are we looking? We've got 3 minutes on our ILS. Alignment, we have got 60 passengers remaining to get on board. We can't do anything else until they're all on. Oh, 0. Let's come down here. Flight plan. Right, we do have this random USR in here. I don't know if I can clear you. Yeah. Hopefully that will be fine. We'll have a look at that once the this is aligned. We can have a look, make sure that that's not broken, the flight plan, otherwise we might have to re-put that in. And that is pretty much it. We can't do much now because I'm using the self-loading cargo. Gotta wait for everyone to obviously get on board. So what I'll do is I will catch up with you once everyone is just about on board.
Hi there, we are pretty much ready to go up here. We've got the load sheets on board, so once everyone's on board, please feel free to close the doors and we can get going.
Okay, great, we're almost done.
Alrighty, we have got 6 passengers left, nearly there, and then we can close the doors and start some taxiing. 3, 2, 1 more to go. Come on, come on. Right. Close the doors. Right, let's go. Beacons.
Hi, Captain. All
On.
passengers are on board and doors have been closed.
AP bleed on. Disconnect external power. We'll call the tug. We won't call him a bad name, though. Transponder. Now, obviously, in Vatsim, you need to make sure that this is turned on before you request push and start.
Ladies and gentlemen,
To
welcome
auto.
aboard the aircraft this morning. My name's Steve. I'm your pilot today, along with First Officer David and your Senior Flight Attendant Alana. She, along with the rest of the crew, will be making our way around the cabin, making sure you're comfortable and ready to get us on our way. We're not actually anticipating any delays, so we should be arriving on time. We've just heard the guys on the ground have finished loading the final bits of luggage into the aircraft, so we should be on our way very shortly. We are just waiting to receive clearance to push back and taxi. If you could help the cabin crew by getting yourselves sat comfortably with seatbelts fastened, that would be fantastic. Once we're airborne, we'll be starting our in-flight services, but for now, I'd like to thank you for choosing to fly with us today, and I hope you enjoy the flight. Thank you.
Cool. Right, let's start the engines. So we're going to be taxiing Alpha 14, Alpha, and then down towards Echo 4 for runway 27. Should I probably have turned on some AI traffic, shouldn't I? I wish I'd have done that now.
Cabin crew, please arm doors.
So we would have had at least some life around. But what I will do is, once we get up into the cruise, once I've got nothing else to talk about until arrival, I will pause the recording, because obviously there's going to be nothing to discuss, really. Right, let's jump in and do a little bit of a turn here. Start engine 2.
Hi, Captain. The cabin is secured. All doors cross-checked. We're ready to go.
Okay, thank you.
Quick sip of my herbal tea. Right, let's stop you there. Parking brake can go on. Dismiss the tug. Just going to wait for the engines to settle. Okay, right, so engine to normal. APU bleed can come off. APU master can come off. Let's go flaps 1 and arm the speed brakes. We'll put the weather on. BWS is on. That's all zeroed. That's zeroed. And let's ping the cabin crew. Auto brakes max. Takeoff checks. Everything's all looking good. So, this is the route that we are going to be taking. So we're here, we're going to go up A14 onto Alpha, we're going to follow Alpha round to Echo 4, and then we're going to follow Echo 4 all the way round to holding point November 1, and then jump on to 27. Now obviously, because we've got no traffic of any type, I'm just going to taxi all the way there without stopping at any point. Obviously you would normally stop here short of runway 18 left. Make sure there's no inbound, outbound traffic on there, and then continue and hold at November 1. But we're just going to taxi all the way there. So let's get going. We will turn on taxi lights up. That will be helpful. So everything seems pretty smooth at the moment. Let me start up my afterburner, see what frames I'm getting. Okay, it's not amazing, but considering I've got everything turned up to the max and the weather's pretty bad, frames aren't too horrendous. So we're on Alpha. Gonna head down here. Hopefully not collide with any vehicles. And then we need to take a left onto Echo 4. So this is Alpha 12. Yep, Alpha 12. Take a left here. And it goes slightly left and then right over the runway. So again, we would be holding short here to get clearance to cross over. So plans going forward, guys, is obviously we're going to continue with our tour of European capital cities. Next flight we'll be back onto Vatsim again. We're going to go, or the next leg is Cardiff up to Edinburgh. So that'll be good. We do get ATC on at Edinburgh quite a lot because that's one of the places where they do a lot of the training for Vatsim, Edinburgh and Manchester. The two main ones. Obviously Manchester's the one where I'm doing my S1 training currently. So I will definitely do that flight on Vatsim. And the Pilot Club, they do regular flights together. Obviously, because they are based out in America, generally a lot of the flights that they do are late in the evening Zulu time. Obviously, UK is an hour ahead. So it is generally quite late. But this flight that we did on Sunday was at 8 PM, so it wasn't too bad. You know, I think I got off at around about 11 o'clock in the evening, so it wasn't too bad. But doesn't mean to say that we can't plan flights a little bit earlier in the time zone, so to speak. And there are some people from Europe, so I'm sure that's something that can go ahead. And I'll obviously certainly put it forward that we have some earlier flights just to cater for the Europeans and anyone out in the US that maybe is free, not at school or not at work at that particular time of the day. So definitely check out the Discord. Like I said, again, the link will be in the description below. And when you join and just say hello, just mention that you've come from my channel, just so that myself and Serge, the guy who runs the server, know where you come from. That'd be really cool. And then going forwards from that, I'm going to be definitely planning some group flights on Vatsim, whether it's training purposes or just doing a nice general flight. So yeah, that'll be really cool. And when I eventually pluck up the courage, I'll do a live, yes, that's right, live flight on YouTube. I'm scared. Yes, right, we'll hold short here, and we will get ourselves ready for takeoff. So lights on, lights on, lights on. We'll put the wing lights on just because it's bad weather. Strobe on.
Cabin crew seats for takeoff, please.
Packs can come off, and we can go TCAS on, TARA. Oh, apparently as well, with this new update, they're all armed and ready. Oh, are you armed? Yeah, you are armed. Yeah, apparently with this new update is you can see planes on the TCAS on here. So if I had a thought about it, I could have put on AI traffic and we would have seen them, but we'll see that in the next video that I do. Right. Cabin crew are all seated.
One
100.
Gear up, please.
Gear up. Okay, so a smooth takeoff. Got level climb. Packs can come back on. And we will disarm the spoilers. And then once we reach the green S, laps can go to 0. And we're up in the air. So let's have a look at our charts. We'll just pin that on there so we can see we're going to be going straight ahead here. Let's put on standard pressure. We're going to be going straight ahead here to Voller and then taking a left turn outbound, and then that's our route. Fairly straightforward, nice and simple. London Control, if they was online, obviously would be guiding us in, but we're not going to be on Vatsim for the purpose of today. So what I'm going to do, guys, is I am going to... Oh, initial climb clearance 6,000. Why did I read that as 5,000? My bad. I looked at that and I thought that said flight level 50, not 60. That's okay. I'll just change that. Right, so what I'm going to do, guys, is I will pause the recording and I will bring you back when we're going to get close to our arrival, and I'll talk about the arrival chart, and then we'll get ourselves landed, hopefully providing there are no issues with the plane. Obviously, if there is, this video won't be up, so you won't be watching it, so me saying that is kind of irrelevant. Right, I'll catch up with you in a few seconds. Alrighty guys, we are at top of descent.
Ladies and gentlemen, from the cockpit once again, you'll be delighted to know that we will shortly be starting our descent, at which point the cabin crew will start preparing for our arrival. If you can make sure all aisles are clear for the cabin crew as they start making their way around the aircraft, it would be most appreciated. Thank you.
Cool. So, quick look at our charts. Over to the screen. So here's our arrival chart. So we're inbound to Compton VOR, and we're going to be following this point across here
from the cockpit. You may have noticed we've
to
begun
here.
descending to our destination. We're not expecting any delays, so we should have you on the ground in the next 20 minutes or so. If you could assist the cabin crew by tidying your tray and handing them any litter as they come around, it would be most appreciated, and make sure to fasten your seatbelt. For safety reasons, please turn off all electronic devices or switch them to airplane mode until after we have landed. Please note the aircraft toilets are now out of use. Thank you.
Cool. So there's the chart. So there's the parking spots. We're going to go for whichever one we can get ourselves to first of all. So it's going to be around here. So we're probably going to, well, we're landing on runway 30. We're going to probably come off at Echo here and then turn right and park up here at the terminal. There's the ILS approach. So at this point here we need to be at 3,000. So that's what I've got my initial altitude at 3,000. Basically we're coming past the airport. If I go back to this chart here, so we're actually going to be going past the airport, around, and then back in again. That's the way that works. So you kind of go past it, around, and then back in for our arrival. So that's all fine. Looking good, guys. Looking good. Right, we need to enter our destination data. So let's put that in. Oh, what I had up there as well, by the way, is I worked out what my altitude was. So that's all sorted. Or when I needed to start the top of descent. Right, 10, 16, 12. So 10, 16, 12 degrees is going in there. We have got 280 at 10, 280, 10. That's 280 degrees, 10 knots. So our runway of runway 30 is going to be fine. Transition altitude. La 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 la. Right, it says transition level by ATC, so we'll put 4,500. That will do. So you can see we're going to be going along, around, back in, and then into runway 30. Very interesting. Oh, right. I'm not going to say anything just yet, but I want to know who's keen-eyed and spotted what I didn't do. Put in the comments below. I'm not going to say anything at all. I want you to put in the comments below, what did I not do? I'm looking at it now and going, oh, I didn't do that. Not a major thing, but I missed it off my checklist. And it's on there. I'm looking at it right now, and for some reason I didn't do it. Right, I need to sneeze. Oh, thank God for that little button on my tablet that I can mute my microphone. Hopefully I muted it. Right, get in there, guys, get in there. Right, we'll flip the engine mode over to IGN so it's at the ready. Don't need to do it just yet, but I'm just going to do it now. Right, so keen-eyed people. There's a couple of things I didn't do. Oh dearie me. Right, nothing major, but it's a couple of things that I didn't do. And I want to see... Put in the comments below, what haven't I done? It's on my checklist. And I did not do it. In fact, is that one on my checklist? Oh, it isn't actually. I'm going to write that down because that's something I missed. Go. Ta, 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 ta. This is what happens when I'm not flying on Vatsim. I don't concentrate as much as I should do. There we go. Put that in my notes. It's something that I don't generally forget, but I did today. Nice clear weather today coming into Cardiff. Can just see it just here. No clouds, although I'm seeing clouds. No rain clouds then. We just got these fluffy cumulonimbus or whatever they are. Right, so we're passing waypoint Abdal. Then we're heading into the Bree VOR. Bree for Bristol. And then we'll be going over the water, over the crossing to Wales. So pretty much going over the top of the M4. Almost, I think. Looking at the map. The M4 crossing from England to Wales. Been across there many, many times. Right, what are we on? 16,000 feet. What I'll do is I'll bring you back when we get a little bit closer to our little manoeuvre that we're going to be doing. Righty, we are getting close, guys. Getting close. Just over Bristol right now. Cabin crew are getting themselves ready. So we've got speed brakes are armed. Or ground spoilers armed. Auto brakes are set. Engine mode is IGN. Seat belts signs are on. Thank you. Right, I'll bring you back once we get to around this point here. So here we are, coming into our approach thing. So we're going to be coming in along this path here, and then we're going to be doing a left turn, and then a left turn onto our final for the ILS. Let's have a little look outside, shall we? See what it's looking like. There we go. So Cardiff Airport's just in front here. We're going to be basically coming out, around, and then back in again. Severn Bridge is over here somewhere, I think. Anyway, I'm not quite sure. I think it, yeah, it must be up here somewhere. Can't quite see it. I'll have to have a little dabble and look around at some point. Is that the runway there? Oh, right there. I can see flashing lights in the distance. Oh, why's the phone ringing? Right, so there's the airport. Let's get ourselves back into the plane. We'll be doing our left-hand turn very soon. Let's go flaps 1. Start getting this speed down. We'll get these on. Not sure if Autopilot 2's been fixed yet. We'll have a little look at that when we get on our final. Speed brakes are armed. Should be turning left any time now. There's the airport. Left turn. Anytime now. Left turning. Is it going to happen? Or do I need to do this manually? Oh, there it is. There it goes. There it goes, like. Right. Drop this down to 2000. Flaps 2. We're basically going to head to this line, then we'll do a bit of a right turn up to here, and then left, and then in. So yeah, it's been a nice flight today. Again, I just wanted to do this off of Vatsim, make sure that the plane was working, I wasn't going to have any issues, because the last thing that I want to do is be on Vatsim and have problems and then end up disconnecting anyway. So at least I've managed to test it out. Plane seems fine, frame rates seem fine, Obviously, I've got everything on the highest it can possibly go, and I've got lots of things running on in the background as well. And I I record and play all on the same PC, so I don't have a separate streaming PC to take the workload off this. So this PC is doing everything, and I'm still getting, you know, 20, 25, 30 FPS. In non-busy areas, and when in the sky's clear, I'm getting over 30 FPS. So that's great, really, really good. I'm more than happy with that. More than happy-aroo. Right, so final checks. Let's get runway turn off light on. That's already on taxi. They're all set. Seatbelt lights signs are on. Auto brake is on. Speed brake is armed. Go flaps 3. So I'm curious whether Autopilot 2 is working. I'm on the not the development or experimental version. The one is it standard version? I'm not sure what you would call it, but I'm just on the normal, the stable version, I think it's called. I'm just on that one just because, well, it's stable. That'll be the reason why. Right, so we should be doing a left turn. There it is. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, we are coming in for our landing. We're going to hit the approach button. We're going to go full flaps. And we're going to go gear down.
Cabin crew seats for landing, please.
Let's see, Autopilot 2? Nope. It might be in the development or experimental version that is working, but it's not working on... Oh, you know something? I'm an absolute mong. I just realised, here's a little tip for you guys. So I've updated, obviously, Microsoft Flight Simulator. I had no choice to but to update. I haven't updated the fly-by-wire mod. So it still works. It works in this version, the stable version of the A320neo. Fly-by-wire works currently. So that's good news. I'm a bit dubious about updating it now in case something does actually break and it doesn't work. Interesting. Okay. Well, if it's not broken, I'm not going to fix it. That's my motto. It's all fine, so I'm just going to leave it until something stops working, and then I'll update. Doop 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 doop. So maybe that's why Autopilot 2 isn't working still, because I haven't updated the plane. That'll explain things. Hey ho. Right, so the terminals on the right hand side here can just about barely make out the tower. Just here. That's where we're going to be parking, so we're basically going to come along, turn off, come back in and park up. But yeah, thanks for watching, guys. I hope you have enjoyed this. I have missed a couple of things out, but it's not critical things. Again, write down in the comments below if you spotted what I did wrong. It'll be really interesting just to see whether anyone did notice. And don't forget, if you like the video, hit the like button. If you're not subscribed, hit that subscribe button and the notification bell so you know when videos pop out. I am going to try and get more videos uploaded, and at some point I will stick with a schedule. I've been pretty poor at doing that so far, but I'm going to try and get myself on a proper schedule now that life is coming back to normal with going back to work. And let's try and hit that 500 mark, guys. Let's try and hit that 500 mark as soon as possible. My goal for the end of the year is to hit 1,000 subscribers. So when I hit the 500, I'm going to do a giveaway. When I hit 1,000 subscribers, I'm going to do a giveaway. So make sure you're subscribed to be in with a chance to win. Righty, let's get ready for our landing. I wonder if also land works with this. Don't know if it will. I'm not even going to try, I'm just curious.
300, 200, 100, 50, 40, 30, 20, retard, 10, 10, 5.
We're down. Reverses are on. 80. Can turn off here, perfect. I didn't have to go all the way down to the end. Right, let's get my charts up for taxiing.
Gentlemen, please remain seated until the aircraft has arrived at the gate. You are reminded that all electronic devices should remain turned off until you are in the terminal building. Thank you.
And thank you. Okay, parking brakes on. Right, now I don't need to do all of this because obviously we are we're not on Vatsim or anything, but I'm just going to do everything as I would do. So lights all come off, ground spoilers disarmed, flaps all the way up to 0, engine mode to normal. You can go on standby, TARA can come off, APU master switch on, and start APU, and final one, which I can probably do now, is turn you guys off. Right, let's go and taxi and park up. Yeah, quite enjoyed this flight. Been a nice one. Landing rate according to self-loading cargo was 275 feet per minute. So not too bad. I have done better, but I've done a hell of a lot worse. Right, do we have any jetways at this airport? I would think so. I think that's one I can see there. We'll just go and slam it in there. Not literally slam it in, of course. We'll go in gently. We won't take this one because there's a vehicle in the way. We'll take the next one along. Take this one here. Cool, let's park it up. Come in here, let's call the jetway. Get that across. We didn't have anti-ice on. APU bleed can come on. External power can come on. And then let's turn the engines off. And it's going to do its usual thing, but we'll just continue.
Ladies and gentlemen, from the cockpit once again, I hope you enjoyed your flight with us today. On behalf of myself, the first officer, and the cabin crew, we wish you a safe and pleasant journey from the airport and hope to see you again soon. Thanks for flying with us.
Right. Fuel pumps off.
Cabin crew doors to manual, please. Cabin crew, the aircraft is secure. Please open doors. Thank you.
Oh. Can we go back over there, please? Thought it hadn't come across. There we go. Right, we're offloading passengers. So, I'm going to leave you there, guys. There's no need for you to sit here and wait for all these guys to get off board. But thanks for watching again, guys. And I shall see you in the next episode where we will be flying up to sunny Scotland, Edinburgh, EGPH. Thanks for watching, stay safe, and I'll see you soon. Goodbye.